The second track on Luke's Advent playlist is probably the most famous song in the entire New Testament. It is sung by the artist most often associated with the birth of Jesus, his own mother Mary.
Just as John the Baptist was a forerunner of Jesus, so it was with their mothers. Elizabeth was a forerunner of Mary. Elizabeth modeled for Mary what it meant to be both a recipient and a conduit of God's miracle. She showed her that when one is blessed by God, one must be a blessing for others. That's what Elizabeth became for Mary, so that Mary could become the same for the whole world.
My soul lifts up to the Lord. My spirit celebrates God, my liberator. For though I'm God's humble servant, God has noticed me. Now and forever, I will be considered blessed by all generations.
But it doesn't take long before there's a major shift in the content and focus of Mary's song. After the first 3 verses, it becomes less about what God had done for Mary and more about what God will do through Mary. The vessel has become the conduit.
For the Mighty One has done great things for me. Holy is God's name. From generation to generation, God's loving kindness endures for those who revere him. God's arm has accomplished mighty deeds. The proud in mind and heart, God has sent away in disarray. The rulers from their high positions of power, God has brought down low, and those who were humble and lowly, God has elevated with dignity. The hungry, God has filled with fine food. The rich, God has dismissed with nothing in their hands. To Israel, God's servant, God has given help, as promised to our ancestors, remembering Abraham and his descendants in mercy forever.
For those of us who have been given the gift of Jesus Christ, we must then bear that gift for others in need. We can be an Elizabeth to the Marys around us, or a Mary to the world around us. We can be that gift of encouragement to others so that God's blessing can flow through them as well.